What's going down, H-Town? Welcome back. You know what I'm saying? Like I told y'all, I'm coming back with this shit. I'm coming back with a vengeance. But without further ado, seeing as how my last video, I gave, a few reasons as to why I wouldn't want Martin, why I wouldn't want Dez Bryant. You know what I'm saying? Now let's talk about some of the things that he brings to the table as far as what his skill set does and how he plays and all that good jazz. Now, first things first, seeing as how we are a run heavy team, like my boy Spitz said, shout out to my boy Spitz once more. You know, Dez Bryant, he's a physical receiver. Now, he's not the biggest guy. I think he's 6'2". He's only a little bit taller than Hop. But at the point of attack, when it comes to blocking, he will get grimy, he will get dirty. You know what I'm saying? And he's a willing blocker. You know what I'm saying? I can also see him being put in motion. To not only identify man in zone. You know what I'm saying? But to see what kind of matchups we have and all that good jazz. But as far as his blocking goes, if you put him in motion, I think he can. I think it's a crack block. You know what I'm saying? He can set up a solid little crack block. You know what I'm saying? And in the NFL, all you need is really a second or a second and a half for a block to be held, and then you can the running back will make things happen himself. You know what I'm saying? There are those things. Now, I really don't need to go over red zone efficiency because my boy Wink has covered that already. You know what I'm saying? But for the sake of argument and for the sake of this video, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna still do it anyway. Now, with the addition of Dez Bryant, you now have Nuke the Beast, you have Will the Flash, and you have Dez Bryant. Now, trying to cover all three is gonna be pretty hard. You know what I'm saying? And like my boy Spitz said in his video, the two top guys that can cover the slot are on the Texans. So, you know, good luck. If you better, your defensive coordinators better have a real elaborate and good players to fit that scheme in order to try to stop, those three receivers. Now, I'm rambling a little bit, but like I said, as far as red zone production, anywhere, if you ask me, the red zone gets pushed back a little bit when getting Dez. Most people would say that the red zone starts about the 25. With him, getting him, you can push that shit by a good 10 yards back. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, knowing Bill O'Brien and not what, but how he draws up schemes and whatnot, I can definitely see him drawing up some plays to get Brian open. You know what I'm saying? And also put him in those favorable situations that this way he can make plays on the ball. You know what I'm saying? Now, Nuke is gonna be Nuke, but Will Fuller is the guy who I'm expecting to explode because, like I said, you can't cover everybody. You know what I'm saying? If you double Hopkins, that means Fuller and Brown is gonna be one on one. You might have a linebacker possibly dropping in under coverage. You know what I'm saying? Dropping in underneath coverage. You know what I'm saying? But depending on how athletic and how far back he can drop into his depth, that'll dictate everything as far as how that linebacker goes. But generally, most of the time, you're gonna see if Hopkins is double covered, somebody is one on one. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, with the possibility of a linebacker playing underneath coverage. You know what I'm saying? Or somewhat of a bracket coverage, if you will. You know what I mean? Y'all get the gist of what I'm saying. You know, like I said, shit, going, seeing as how Bill O'Brien, he said he's made it publicly clear that the NFL saw what we was doing last year. So, you know, hold on, before I get into this, I just want to give Bill O'Brien some props real quick. And I know this doesn't get said a lot, but I think it's time we do step back and give Bill O'Brien a little bit of credit because we all are quick to say he's stubborn, he's egotistic, he's in his own ways, he's not willing to change nothing and all that good jazz. But I mean, as a coach, he's taken his steps, into being a better coach by coming out and saying, "Hey, we got to completely change what we're doing." Now, don't get me wrong. What we was doing last year, it lit up the league. It lit up the league. We went from piss poor to like damn near first in the league. You know what I'm saying? As far as offensive efficiency, you know what I'm saying? That kind of shit just don't happen overnight. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have a good quarterback and a good coach calling plays. You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is on that. You know what I'm saying? And for Bill O'Brien to acknowledge the fact that the NFL is a sorry about that. That the NFL is a progressive league where teams watch film and they study tendencies and whatnot. You can't always, keep rolling out there with the same thing. You know, it's not gonna be a good result. You know what I'm saying? So I give Bill O'Brien props there. You know what I'm saying? Because at least he recognizes and understands. Hey, we gotta switch it up. We can't just keep rolling out the same things over and over again. But like I said, as far as the Des Bryant thing goes, you know, I do believe that if he came here, playing with Watson versus playing with Dak, I think that'll make a huge difference. You know what I'm saying? Because in my personal opinion, Watson throws a way better catchable ball than Dak does. You know what I mean? And the one thing that I believe everybody's alluded to that would be the biggest beneficiary of Dez Bryant coming here are Deshaun Watson's legs. Now, Bill O'Brien has also come out and said this too. I'm not gonna restrict Watson and whatnot from running and whatnot because he's a smart kid. He knows when to slide. He knows, when not to get hit and all that good jazz. You know, so when you go and you get a receiver like Dez, now those rush lanes, pass rushers are really gonna have to be disciplined because now you can't just pin your ears back and go for sorry about that. You can't pin your ears back and just try to go for the sack every time. Watson gonna step up in the pocket and he gonna Geno Atkins your ass. You know what I'm saying? We all remember that play what he did to Geno Atkins. It is what it is, But running up on 8:30, you know what I'm saying? So as per usual, like, sub, and holla at your boy. Deuce.